Every year, thousands of people go missing. Most are eventually found, alive or not. But when it happens to someone famous, the world keeps watching. Actors, musicians, writers, even athletes. People who lived in the spotlight and then vanished completely. No witnesses, no trace. Just a story that ends mid-sentence. These are 9 celebrities who disappeared without a trace. In July of 1983, 18-year-old model and aspiring actress Tammy Lynn Leppert vanished from Cocoa Beach, Florida. Just weeks earlier, she had appeared briefly in the film Scarface, standing out in a short scene as a bikini-clad distraction. But soon after the movie's filming, Tammy began behaving strangely. She told friends she had seen something terrible at a party and believed someone was trying to kill her. On July 6th, a friend dropped her off near a bank after an argument. She walked away alone and was never seen again. Despite multiple investigations and rumors of serial killers, no trace of her has ever been found. To this day, her disappearance remains one of Florida's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. In October 1949, 27-year-old actress and dancer Jean Spangler left her Los Angeles home, telling family she was meeting her ex-husband about child support and then heading to a night shoot. She never returned. 2 days later, her purse was discovered near Griffith Park, with its strap torn and an unfinished note inside. It read, "Kirk, can't wait any longer. Going to see Dr. Scott. It will work out best this way while Mother is away." The mysterious Kirk mentioned in the note led to speculation involving actor Kirk Douglas, who had recently worked with her, but he denied knowing her personally. Others believed Dr. Scott referred to an illegal abortionist. Jean Spangler's body was never found, and her case remains open nearly 80 years later.
Jim, if you don't smoke and you don't drink, what do you do for entertainment?
Right here, work.
On July 30th, 1975, Jimmy Hoffa, the powerful Teamsters Union leader with deep connections to organized crime, drove to a restaurant near Detroit for a meeting with 2 mob associates. He called his wife from the parking lot, frustrated that they were late. No one ever saw him again. His car was found abandoned, but Hoffa himself vanished without a trace. Theories of mob retaliation, secret burials, and government involvement circulated for decades. In 1982, he was declared legally dead, yet no body has ever been recovered. The name Jimmy Hoffa has since become synonymous with disappearance itself.
She was in a hurry. She flew all 22,000 miles.
In July 1937, aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart and her navigator, Fred Noonan, disappeared over the Pacific Ocean while attempting to circumnavigate the globe. Their Lockheed Electra lost radio contact near Howland Island and vanished without distress calls. Despite one of the largest searches in history, neither wreckage nor remains were found. Bones discovered on a remote island 3 years later were described as consistent with Earhart's build, but were lost before DNA testing could confirm it. To this day, her fate remains uncertain, whether she crashed into the ocean, survived as a castaway, or something else entirely. No one knows.
I saw the moon and stars most of the night. In both flights, I was very glad to see land.
Oscar Zeta Acosta was a Mexican-American lawyer, writer, and political activist, known to many as the inspiration for Dr. Gonzo in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I want you to understand that this man at the wheel is my attorney. He's not just some dingbat I found on the strip.
In May 1974, Acosta phoned his son from Mazatlan, Mexico, saying he was about to board a boat. That was the last anyone ever heard from him. Friends speculated he was caught up in drug-related violence, while others believed he disappeared intentionally to start over. No remains, no witnesses, no leads, just a single call before silence. his disappearance remains unsolved, leaving behind only his words and the legend that followed.
Not too many people hear about the little cases.
Hey, if you're still watching, you probably love this kind of mystery. Make sure to subscribe. We've got way more cases coming soon on Mr. E. In March 1975, singer-songwriter Jim Sullivan set out from Los Angeles, driving toward Nashville to relaunch his career. The next day, his car was found abandoned on a remote ranch in New Mexico. Inside were his wallet, clothes, guitar, and cash. But no sign of Sullivan himself. He had released one album in 1969 titled UFO, which only deepened the mystery surrounding his vanishing. Some believe he got lost in the desert. Others half-jokingly claim his music's title was prophetic. 50 years later, he is still missing.
I don't think any band is established. Most bands got a career of maybe 3 or 4 years, then they fade into oblivion.
Richie Edwards, guitarist and lyricist of the Welsh band Manic Street Preachers, disappeared on February 1st, 1995. He was supposed to fly to the United States for a tour, but instead left his London hotel and vanished. 2 weeks later, his car was found near the Severn Bridge, a known suicide location. Yet, his body was never recovered. Despite sightings reported from India and Spain, none were verified. In 2008, Richie was declared presumed dead, but with no remains, his case remains one of modern rock's enduring enigmas. Bison Dele, a former NBA champion who once played for the Chicago Bulls, vanished in July 2002 while sailing across the South Pacific. He had been traveling with his girlfriend, a boat captain, and his brother Miles DeBoard. Weeks later, the boat returned, with only Miles aboard. Investigators later determined that Miles had likely killed everyone else on board and disposed of their bodies at sea. Before police could question him, Miles took his own life, leaving no chance of confession. The bodies were never found. It remains one of the darkest mysteries in professional sports.
Any similarities between what you've seen with Joe Dumars and some of the things that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen used to do when you played with them?
Say that again?
In June 2005, Patrick McDermott, a cameraman and longtime boyfriend of Olivia Newton-John, joined an overnight fishing trip off the coast of Los Angeles. He was last seen on the boat that evening, but was never reported missing until several days later. The Coast Guard concluded that he had likely fallen overboard and drowned, yet rumors began spreading that he had faked his death to escape financial problems. Years later, alleged sightings placed him in Mexico, living under a new identity, but none were ever proven. With no body and no closure, Patrick McDermott's fate remains uncertain. Decades later, their names still echo through old police files and fading headlines. Each case a reminder that fame offers no protection from mystery. Some of these disappearances might never be solved, but others could still hold answers waiting to be uncovered. If you know of another celebrity whose disappearance deserves to be told, leave it in the comments below. If I cover your suggestion in part 2, your name will appear in the video credits. Until then, stay curious and stay safe.